This crazy looking creature might be lurking in your garden, but what the heck is it and where did it come from? To answer those questions, I'm gonna need to get up close and personal with this bizarre looking invertebrate. So the only question is, can I catch it? It's early springtime in North Carolina. Warmer weather wakes up the various plants that call my backyard home, which in turn causes creepy crawly creatures to emerge. That means it's once again time for me to head out into the wilderness to see what kind of weird and wild creatures I can find. Today I have a very particular target in mind, an animal that has made its mark on several corners of the internet, having Reddit and Facebook users alike crafting conspiracy theories about alien invasion. The hammerhead worm is so unbelievably outlandish that I just have to see one in person. So I'm heading out to search under every log and rock that I can find, hoping to come face to face with a creature from another world. My name is Spencer, and today we're going to be looking for the hammerhead worm. My search is going to take me out into the back of the woods, probably all over my backyard, because I'm going to need to find every single piece of wood, brick, rock, anything that's just scattered about, and flip it over to see if I can get a chance to encounter with one of these really, really weird planarians. Basically operating off of two major leads for this search. One, I know that they are here in North Carolina. There's a couple different species that we've got. I know what they eat, so I know what to look for in terms of where they might be hanging out. They are a preferential predator of earthworms. Earthworms are everywhere. Where you can find moist, damp soil, you'll likely find some of these squirmy looking creatures. Which makes me think, if they're the primary food source for a hammerhead worm, why aren't hammerhead worms everywhere? Hammerhead worms can be a problem in some areas, particularly earthworm growing beds, but are overall a fairly uncommon species. Let's be honest, you've probably never even heard of one of these creatures until you saw this video. That's a good thing, because these guys aren't native. Hammerhead worms have become fairly prevalent throughout much of the world, but it's thought that they originated somewhere in Asia. It's likely that these alien-looking invertebrates hitched a ride on a potted plant and started colonizing the globe one garden at a time. Some sources call them invasive, some sources call them introduced. It's a fact that they are invasive in certain parts of their range here in the US, but for your everyday backyard, these guys are not a significant problem. Alright, our first stop is going to be this little spot here with some rotted logs. Typically I only find like termites and the occasional centipede under here, but if we're really lucky we might find like a ground skink or something. And I haven't actually looked over here in a while, so who knows, maybe we'll find a hammerhead worm. Yep, there's like millions of isopods, it's not even funny. Like right here alone is probably more than I'd usually see in like a week. Nothing too interesting here. I mean, isopods are cool and all, but that's not what we're looking for. Let's find another log. We got a little anole on this one. That's pretty lucky. Hey there, bud. It's okay. Okay. I only have one hand. It's my left hand of all hands. So, we're gonna see if I can grab him. Yeah, he's got some speed on him. Alright, I think I got him. He might bite me. But, oh shoot. Slippery little bugger. Hold on, come here. My left hand is you. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Come here. You're okay, you're okay, you're okay. Yikes. He's giving me quite the chase. Come here. There we go. So this is a little green anole. I can't tell if it's a guy or a girl, because actually, fun fact, during the winter, These guys basically like biologically castrate themselves, so it takes a lot of energy to have like sex organs, and they basically like shrink them down to microscopic size. So unless you literally examine them on a microscopic scale, there's no way to tell during the winter if one of these is a male or female. So since it's like mid-March right now, I would say he'd probably, I'm using he lightly, could be a girl, who knows. But a couple weeks, might be able to start developing some characteristics, and we'll see if it's a male or female. Yeah, he's looking at me pretty mad right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and set him back down, because while this guy's cool and all, he's not what we're looking for. We're looking for hammerhead worms. You're not a hammerhead worm, are you, buddy? Nah, we're gonna let him go, and we're gonna get back to our search. All right, see you, buddy. Rocks, logs, and other pieces of large debris prevent moisture from escaping the ground and block out heat from the sun. Thanks to this, they create a cool, moist area at the surface level that's like a continuation of the subterranean ecosystem underneath. So whenever you flip over a brick or roll over a log, it's like opening a window to another world. Alright, confession time. I didn't actually have very good luck out in the woods. For whatever reason, there is one more spot that I haven't checked that I think we're gonna be able to find our worm. I've got a good feeling about this. This little garden here, we usually have like little flowers and stuff. And it's like we have this like old antique plow. And for whatever reason, this old antique plow seems to be a magnet for weird stuff. I think we'll have a good shot of finding our hammerhead worm right here. So let's get into it and let's get flipping. All right, so this is the last stretch of bricks. We actually haven't had the best luck with this area either, so I'm getting kind of worried that we're not going to find our hammerhead worm and that this catch is going to be a fail. So, I don't know why the soccer goal is here, but okay. Let's get flipping. These are my last couple bricks. Wish me luck. This. Nope, just isopods and ants. Just isopods and ants. Yeah. Isopods. Hold on a second. Is that one? Might be one. Let me have a look. There was something odd clinging to the underside of the brick. At first, I wasn't exactly sure what I was looking at. It almost looked like a piece of grass had been folded over itself and coated in some sort of shiny slime. I was looking for a hammerhead worm, but the images in my head didn't quite look like this. And whatever this thing was, it wasn't showing its characteristic hammer-shaped head. So I wasn't even sure if this thing was alive. I began poking at it with a little stick. If this was a hammerhead worm, similar to some amphibians, the slime they produce can be very harmful. In some cases, even neurotoxic. So I didn't want to risk having direct exposure of my skin to whatever this thing was. As I poked the thing, I noticed it was incredibly sticky. Worms, slugs, and salamanders are all incredibly slippery, but this thing, it's stuck. And it was definitely not a blade of grass. Could this be a hammerhead worm? The defining factor would be if this creature unveiled its characteristic face. And sure enough, with enough poking and prodding, the animal was on the move. I wasn't exactly sure what I was expecting when I began this search, but here I was, staring down my quarry at long last. And so, after a long search, I present to you the hammerhead worm. We got a beetle, we got a beetle. We got a beetle, hold on.